Good morning. Start in a few minutes.
Shut your fucking mouth, I'll give you what you came to say. Play my face, I'll play the villain, put the blame on me. Now fake out, now sleep out, now fuck love, now talk the other way.
I want to hear that song again. Oh, I made that song. That's some cool shit. Good morning. Good morning. What up, peoples? Oh, it's 4:01. We got to get the London hour levels. Hurry up, man. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. London hour levels, first thing to do. Yesterday it was the trade for me and you. Oh, God. I need not caffeine to hit, man. I'm tired. I'm good. I took a nap. I just need to wake up. How are you? Welcome back. Let's get it.
Shut your fucking mouth, I'll give you what you came to say.
No, I don't sing. I do everything else. A little backup, you know. Little harmonies. I could sneak in a harmony, you know, be on pitch. I can lock in with the lead vocal. That's about it. I'll do the low part. The bass. Well, we got 6 likes already. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe, guys. Hit the bell notification, guys. Join the Pro Traders Club. Discount code GFuel. All right, let's get going. Are we breaking out of that? Let's get in there. London hour trade. Oh, my gosh. Hurry up. You know, this thing might set up here. Where's our low? We're right there. Let's get these things marked. And just because it sets up technically doesn't mean I have to take it. I kind of have to like it. You know what I'm saying? Why should I read ebooks? Buy the ebook, guys. All right. So we're getting, as far as London hour trade, the first thing we're looking at here because of the time, high volume. High volume. Maybe this is the long entry that will just hold all freaking day for 150 pips. What do you say? Wow, look at the volume. And that's at near the support. Imagine below, there's probably lots of buying there too. So this could be the long here, huh? Obviously, it can't be a short, right? If you know the rules of the London hour trade, go watch the video. Can't be a short. You saying on the 1 minute it looks like supply in there, Wix? Interesting. Was there news? Yeah, I see there's a bit of a delayed reaction on that volume where it's not quite off of the test of the low. It's a little after and a little higher. Thank you, Wixie. When Wixie speaks, I listen. Let me see what's happening. Okay, no news. You know what happened yesterday? Remember the speech that appeared out of nowhere? Look, it disappeared again. It's gone again. Anyway, they removed it. Did he end up not speaking? That was weird. Now it's gone. Anyway, so, okay, no news until this stuff today. No high impact news today. Okay. Right? Unless something's not getting listed. There you go. Wednesday, January 11th. Yeah, later on. Okay. Crude oil inventories. Listed as light impact. That's always changing. They don't know what impact to put that. Maybe it'll dip and get bought up and I'll buy some. Interesting situation here. It didn't do the actual fake breakout. We do have a lot of, which says can't take the long. We have a lot of volume, which says you would want to take the long. But then we also look at the 1 minute. Off of the support, initially nothing volume-wise. Not much here. It's on the up move. So it's a little weird. Not the usual sight. Well, let's see. It's good to be picky with these setups, you know? We get them more times than not. Yesterday we had a nice one. Ran for about 50 pips. And then the day before was a no trade. Not the day before, the session before. Let's see what's happening here. Yesterday was a down move and then an up move as expected, but not much of an up move. And what happened up there? Lots of volume. Did we hit weakness? This is when I was kind of drifting off into sleep. Yeah, Oh, yeah, that's right. We were looking at that in the Discord. Initial news move, and then the reaction. This is not news. Let's market open, though. Oh, it got stuck in the middle and ended the day. Wow. Okay. Interesting. All right, we'll take it as it comes. That's the story, though. It's all going to be correlated, right, more or less. The down move, the up move, and then on the dollar pairs, at least so far. The down move, luckily, we were part of that on the pound dollar short yesterday, and then news comes out, brings it up, and we end up in the middle as a result of all that volume. We go nowhere. So it's hard to do a phase identification as far as what does the high volume background mean, or what phase is it? Is it distribution? Is it reaccumulation? Obviously, there's a bit of both. We had strong buying and strong selling, and we ended up in the middle. That tends to be sort of an equilibrium situation. Yeah. But here, you know how I am with this. Rightfully so. I gotta stick to the rules. And we didn't do the fake break of the level. Volume looks a little off too. I mean, it's nice and high for a long entry, but this one's off the support. This is off the support here. So, I mean, if I had to get into a trade here, I'd rather be buying than selling, obviously, but it's not quite right according to the rules. Those fake breakouts are very dependable, right? We've seen them a lot. And we could still get that, right? It could still pop down and do the fake break. Okay, so I'm not rushing into anything there in the London hour trade. And again, the general analysis, dollar pairs, we'll get the yen pairs in a second, is we dipped yesterday. We expected that it would move up on New York news. It did that, but not much, and we ended up in the middle. So that's the story. Little mix-up there. Buying and selling and ending up going sideways as a result. The yen pairs. Yeah, similar. The yen pairs have more of a bullish result off of the volume yesterday. As I was saying yesterday, bullish outlook for against the yen and against the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar again popped up on news, but didn't really follow through and go anywhere. Yen's did. That's our recent high volume background there, and that has a clear result. More coffee. That dollar index probably represents that whole situation. It's just in reverse. Yeah, down move on news, and no result. So same story. Same. It's the same. That's what drove the situation. I don't like tea. My daughter got me into tea. She loves the boba. So we make tea sometimes. We have tea time. And we sing tea for two. Interesting. I would say nothing has changed this bullish outlook. The yen's obviously are actually showing that situation with the high volume result yesterday off the down move. But you just don't typically go sideways after so much volume. Well, I'm not, I'm not supposed to move that line yet. Oh, yeah. I need that. T for two, me and you. I don't know the words. I make them up. So generally bullish in the background, particularly on the yens. We already knew that. Nothing's changed. Nothing's in an area where I'd like to jump in at the moment. And we just got that high volume, so let's see the result. No rush here. London hour trade. Almost confirmed along by the rules, but I'm trying to remember, have we even seen a situation where the fake break didn't occur for the long entry off of support? Pretty much happened every time if there was going to be a long entry, and that is the rules. No, I don't break the rules, and that's that. No captions for the video. Captions? Is there usually captions? No idea. No idea about that. Subtitles? I never knew that there were subtitles. I have no idea. Is that a thing? No idea. I wouldn't trust the subtitles. It probably misunderstands my mumbling. Okay, that's something I can look at later. I really don't even know. Okay. Well, off of that volume, we have a bullish reaction. We have generally a bullish environment. So that's pretty straightforward. With the London hour trade, obviously the pound yen was not any sort of entry. And the pound dollar, for the first time, I think, since we've been observing this and trading this, gave a long entry, but the problem is it didn't do the fake breakout. And I'm not about to experiment with real money and see what, how that works out. So that's what it is. No trade yet. It's funny, like, that's how often the fake breakouts happen. Is to the point where we never even had to deal with simply just, testing the level and seeing strength and moving up. It's always been a fake breakout, right? So it looks like it's working. Maybe that's something to work in. Then on a rare occasion, it doesn't do the fake break setup for the long or fake break for the short off the high. And it's tradable if the volume is and everything else is there, Seems so, right? Never had to actually deal with this since we've been trading it in, when did we start? October? Something like that. First time we've seen that, I think. It always clearly pops through, right? Yeah. Okay, I can try to get the the captions going, since I'm looking like we're getting some help here. It broke the low by a pip or so. Okay, so technically it was a long entry. It didn't look like it on my screen, maybe. Trading view is weird, man. I don't know. Settings, setup, turn on closed captions. That's for me to do? Settings. That's the first thing I don't see. Edit. Oh, here we go. Captions. Whoa. I've never done this. You telling me the captions were there before? Interesting. English. What the heck? Is this it? Am I in the right thingy? Stream settings. Ah, thank you. Oh, right there. Oh, it's not letting me do it. See this here? I can't turn this on. Wow. Maybe because I started the stream already or something, and I can't do it now. All right, we'll have to do it next time. Oh, okay. Give it a title? I got a title. No? All right, let's get going. We'll try to figure this stuff out. But the captions, yeah, I'm not able to turn that on. Doesn't do anything. Interesting timing on the strength. Okay, that is off support for the euro dollar, the low of today so far. It's sort of a random level yesterday, but yeah, okay. Today it's off of the low, double bottom. So our bullish outlook overall overview background is now matching up with this volume showing strength. So I'm looking for long entries. Okay. That happened everywhere. Yeah. Weak US dollar, weak yen. Nice and straightforward. So if we're just trending up, I can get the 14 EMA pullback entry long. Maybe things come down and do a double bottom fake break and there's no supply. I can get an entry long like that. Probably not. They're going to come down, right? But we have our background and our current situation lined up bullish. See if we can find our way in there. Okay, yeah, I'll have to figure out that stuff for next time. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Weak dollar, weak yen. That's everything. That's the whole story of the market. That's it. There's nothing else going on that's important. So I will look for a proper entry. There's your dollar starting to come down now. US dollar. There's a yen coming down. And looking to buy against that. I'm not going to chase the move here. And we'll see as we go up, testing for supply, what's going on there. Interesting. AJ is looking quite good on this breakout, as if it's going to be a real breakout. Of course, everything's looking very bullish at the moment. We could end up with the break test continuation. 14 EMA situation there for a long. It's not if we're looking to go long, it's where and when, because we certainly are looking to go long. Some of them are showing supply, you see here. Yes, there was large buying. Yes, the background is bullish, but if there's supply hanging around, timing is not quite right. But that's really just on the pound, though, isn't it? For the most part, pound has seen some supply there in the pound. So that's not my first choice by any means. That's my last choice as far as what I would take long. The yen pairs are looking more bullish right now. So you have possibly the AJEJ. Man, that really took off to the London hour trade. Maybe I won't worry so much about it having to be a fake breakout. Just haven't dealt with that situation yet, and it's sort of a new type of entry we added the end of last year. Took it yesterday. Hit the like, thanks. All right, see if I can safely find my way in long properly. I like the Australian dollar. Let's go. Very, very bullish. The one thing that's seen a bit of weakness is the pound. So pound yen, pound dollar is not my choice. Ooh, very low volume on that break. Very likely a real breakout there. How aggressive do I want to be, you know? Yeah, AJ seems like the one. Yeah. 29 is our record. Nice. Let's break that today. So our bullish background playing out off of some strength about 30 minutes ago there. Some things main thing I want to see is the, obviously a proper entry and not just getting in. Coming back to test the 14 EMA would be nice on some of these. It's the reverse scalp that we worked in. Very bullish. See if we can get in there properly without chasing. You trade natural gas and $89. No way. You lie. Oh my God. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you, new people. We have a very bullish environment here. And I'm looking for a proper entry long. Not on the pound, though, because that's seen a bit of weakness, a bit of selling. But if you're new, welcome. We do this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can watch the videos on my channel, learn for free what's going on here. You saw it hit 100. Wow. Somebody share my link. Usually don't have that many people. There you go. The grind pays off. I actually like trading this way. Keeps me very focused. The time goes by faster instead of getting bored. Wow, somebody must have shared the link. Well, hit the like, subscribe. Let's get it. So we've had very bullish projection. Yesterday we went up on news U.S. session. We didn't play out and really go anywhere. But now we've seen strength and really started to take off. So I'm trying to work my way in a proper entry. Not just chasing, being disciplined. Basically, we have 3 type of entries. This would be one of them where we can do a break test and test the 14 EMA. That would be ideal. We use some elements of VSA, Wyckoff, basic technical analysis, but in the end, it's knowing what the heck is going on and being informed. I'm going to need a moderator here soon now. I say, Carbon, you can moderate, but I think you need to be moderated. So, I do like the AJ. The Australian dollar is strong. The yen is weak. It's the best match at the moment. So if I can get a test here, break test continuation pattern forming. Ideally, we do meet up with the 14 EMA. Ideally. But it's down here right now. That's what that line is. So it may not be up there for that test of the resistance. Enough people to pump the earth. You guys want to do a pump and dump? I don't know about in the FOREX, maybe in the cryptos. Maybe on a small crypto we could do that. So if this thing is just going to go, looking very bullish, I'm not going to worry about chasing it or missing it. I need a proper entry. Because you know how it is. You start to chase. That's when it reverses. Because that's trading. Man, that Australian dollar is looking strong. I mean, if I was long now, I wouldn't be too worried, but I don't break my rules on trade entries. I don't just make up something. Usually. And we'll get something. It's early. And it dropped to 25. Bye. Huh. Oh well, it's just us again, guys. Phew. No pressure. Trying to see what I'd be comfortable with to get myself long without chasing it here. Man. I guess I could have taken the breakout there on that low volume. That was weird, huh? You see what happened? It was like kind of quiet, and all of a sudden volume picked up and showed strength, and things just some of especially the Australian dollar, which I like the most here, just went in a straight line. You know, there's no stop and tests for supply. You know, it's like to begin this, you have to be like, whoa, ooh, all of a sudden strength popped up. I guess I'm getting in right now. You know, which most of the time is not going to turn out too well. But I'm not worried about it in the sense that. You know, there won't be an opportunity. More likely than not, there will. So that's all right. Maybe this will give the break test. This is a very nice matchup again. The Australian dollar strong, yen weak. You can see in the 1 minute detail of that volume that the selling activity is not showing up into here. It's a 98% real breakout situation. I probably should be in it, but I'm sticking to my rules. Hasn't done me wrong. We'll see if we find something. Yeah, Mr. Dean, right? Refresh the news. It disappeared. Remember yesterday it appeared, now it's gone again. So weird. Are we jumping timelines? Mandela effect? Hit the like, thanks. With the bullish environment playing out, I didn't find a proper way to get in. But strength just led to a quick up move here on a lot of them. So I'm looking for a test of this level. Just basically, I throw around the word test a lot. See price go to that level. See the behavior of a break test continuation pattern. We already know we're buying it, not chasing a breakout because that's very unsafe. There's buying, there could be selling here. We get squashed and we do whatever, right? Go chase some stops, go hit some stops on those who chase the breakout. Things like that happen. So I do want a proper entry to show that it's going to be a break test rather than which is a bullish pattern, rather than a failed breakout, which is a bearish pattern. So that's what I'm hoping to see here. If we hit this and see some strength leading to its rejection, right? Then we have strength here on that buy spot. That'll really line up nice. Meaning we rejected on some increase in volume. I'm not expecting all that volume, but you could say that would help the probability to see some buying right at that level. You get the point on this. So we pull back, test the 14 EMA, because that can give us a clear response as to a pinpointed entry that's going to move in our favor, instead of just chasing an up move after strength, which I wouldn't do. See, it looked like it was just going to go and we were going to miss it, right? Look at that. Come to me. You can't force me to do anything. I make my own decisions. I'll buy when I want. You know what I'm saying? 4-hour chart. I'm not that worried about. Okay, you're right. There's a resistance there. But there's quite an imbalance to the upside, so there's a good chance we're going to get there. And that's whatever that is, 20, 25 pips away. But yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I should be aware of that level. Yep. Well, nobody told me, but I get your point. It can't even get back, can it? See if I could safely, confidently find my way in long based on my proper setups and not have the chart convince me to do something else, which will never happen, so don't worry about it. Yeah. But yeah, that's the projection here. Dollar weak, buy against the US dollar. Yen weak, likely breaking support on this thing. Come on back. Oh, you're so close. Let's see. 59, 58. It's like 1 pip. It went 1 pip from that test. It's all about safely finding the long entry for me here. If you want to be more aggressive, you could do that. Things are very bullish. I'm not about to just chase it as good as it looks. I wouldn't be that worried if I was long, but no regrets. What's the no regrets approach in this situation? If I take a loss chasing price and not sticking to my entries, that would be regrettable. So it's as simple as that, right? Yeah. Thanks for the likes. Much appreciated. You like making money? Cool. So like I said, it's very, very bullish. If you have your way of entering that you like or something that's proper for you, that's perfectly fine. For me, I haven't seen a proper setup, and I'm going to wait for that. No regrets. Take a proper trade. Don't do anything else. There is nothing else. The thing is, it could have given some other type of stuff where it did stop and test, and but the move, let's see on the euro, for example, right? A lot of you know this, stopping and seeing a no supply in this area for entry, or even creating an automatic rally, right? That typical pattern that happens here, right? It's rare if you know this stuff. It's rare that you'll get the strength and then just blow through the 14 EMA like that, right? 9 times out of 10, it will stop and tell you about sell activity, and you want to make sure that the sell activity is low along with the high volume buy activity, right? And then you have a good imbalance. So that's very rare that it just blows through like that. So there, like, there's no entry because of that. At the moment, we'll see if it comes back around. Yeah. See if it comes back around. The Australian dollar is stronger against things that generally than others, so I'm focusing on that. You like to crack up the leverage as high as you can and buy at the top. All right, cool. Or I like putting my money in the garbage and then I'm burning it in a pile. At least you get some heat. At least you get something out of it. I just crumple up hundreds and throw them out the window. But, waiting for the proper entry kind of automatically saves you from things. For example, this up move could be a situation where, yeah, a lot of people are chasing it. Stop losses are being built up and they want to go after it. But if we see a pattern, an entry off of this that confirms that we're going to continue, you know what I mean? Because this is almost too obvious. But having said that, there's very little supply coming in. And that strength was high volume. So, again, I wouldn't be too concerned if I was long already, but I stick to my rules. It's early. And I'll say it a million times, the no regrets. You don't look back and say, why did I do that? And if I just jump into something because it looks good and it's not a proper entry and it turns out to be a loss, that would just be silly. If it is a proper entry and it turns out to be a loss, okay, fine. I know that that's rare. And that's all you could do. And if we continue up, you know how it is. It doesn't go in a straight line, right? We'll get pullbacks. We'll get 14 EMA tests. It's very unlikely to just do that. Well, crumple up hundreds and throw it out the window. Yeah. Just throw them at people. Okay. This guy's coming back. Yeah, but that yen is so strong. That's the one I want to buy against right now. But let's see what happens on the 14 EMA on the dollar index, right? It seems to be a thing even on the index, right? 14 EMA here again. So there's consistent behavior there. So if that does that, it starts to come down. You have this situation of this. Now we already know we like the Australian dollar right now for the bullishness. Weak dollar, weak yen. Okay, we got a 14 EMA test on an AU. All right. And if you know these entries, right, we're typically going to pause here. Very, very often you get another small bar here, sort of a doji or two or whatever, right? You hang out there for a bit without much price change, and then you start to pull away and clear that area, clear those test bars. Coming up off of strength, not seeing weakness, that's very high probability that at that point it tries to break this, which shouldn't be too hard without any sort of sell activity there. It's likely going to try to break that. But yeah, I got to set the example, right? I didn't jump in. Yesterday, right? Very disciplined on the London hour trade. You got one job. Don't F it up. Take proper trades. And look at that. I think the breakout traders are getting a little nervous. We might have to go after their stops. Who knows? If there's enough selling. May not be, right? Let's go. Hit the like button for patience. Come on, you wanted to buy here. Some of you are already long, aren't you? Aren't you? Look at that. Look at that. Now imagine I just jumped in and said, oh, guys, I'm just breaking my rules. I'm just going to buy because we liked the AJ in particular. Oh, they're just going to get in. It's okay. I'll make up reasons. I'll make up excuses. Look at this. Thumbs up for discipline and patience, trading like a machine. Terminator. Go get those stops on that breakout chasing newbie shit. Go get their stops. Damn right. Trying to set an example. Not just how to trade, but how to be disciplined. So we'll see if we get the proper reaction here, leading to our entry. Nice. If this ends up a failed breakout and comes down and hits strength, ooh, we're getting in and we're breaking that high. And it wants to hunt stops if that's the case. Ooh, that's going to be good. Come back to me. Yes. See, I don't mind that it's not a break test, right? Or maybe it'll pop back up and, it overshot a little bit and it comes up off of that. But where are the stop losses on this, especially scalpers? Oh, it's a breakout, right? We're already hitting some stops here. They're all through here. They're getting nervous. They're getting sweaty. Let's go. Look at that. Chart doesn't tell me what to do. Chasey moves. No. I like this reaction. You see the way it's behaving? And we're getting some volume. like I said, it would be nice to get some higher volume here and show strength. Bam, that volume's higher than the previous five or six. I like it. I like it. So I may take an AU long on the break of the high of here. That bar. I may enter here. If you know the scalp setup. If we want to come down and sit around and then do it, perfectly fine. If we want to come down and see strength, I'll buy off of that. Ooh, break test. 14 EMA. Which one looks better? They're similar, but the yen has been trending down. The US dollar has been choppy sloppy. So we have that on our side. Maybe buying against the yen. We know we like the AJ. There's our break test. All right, so these are close to confirming. I'm just going to have to decide which one I like better. That's tough. I like the weak US dollar, even though it's choppy sloppy right now. I have to go with what's going on now, though, which is weaker yen. I have to go with what I'm seeing, right? Could go with like a 15 pip stop on an AJ long here. I'll let you know if I do anything. The Terminator. Is that my new nickname? I'll take it. Pete Fader, the Terminator. I'll terminate your bad trade. Take your money. Here comes the ego. Nah, no ego. Hey, it's not bragging if you do it. Ain't no ego. Ooh, that is confirming an entry here. AU. That is, yeah, considering that right here. I'll let you know if I enter anything. It's all just talk right now. No trade open. That's what I'm reporting you, Carbon. Ooh. Okay. Nothing to do yet. Nothing to do yet. All right, it's decision time, right? See it? Euro's been trending up. Not bad. I mean, they're all likely to move up together if they're going to move up, so. All right, no entry yet. Just saying, imagine those who did chase this breakout and they have their stops here. Let's say they got in at 60. 10 pip stop is here. 15 pip stop is here. It's a little fib retracement. I'll draw it in just to draw it. The bullishness hasn't changed. We're seeing more buying than selling, but how and if when the markup is of their choosing in a way here. Let's see. So that was close to getting me in the trade, but no deal yet. No entry yet. Okay. Patience pays. A weak pound. What's up with that, right? So weak. That is something to avoid at the moment. Weak pound, weak yen. Weak pound, weak dollar. Not a great matchup. The pound is weaker than the dollar, weaker than the yen. Extreme weakness on the pound. If things turn bearish, you might want to look for that, but that is not the case right now. Convince me to get long, right? Convince me. Because this break test continuation is a proper entry. It just hasn't shown any continuation. And again here, I was looking to get in on that, but we're coming back down. Not missing anything. Give it a... Convince me. You know what I'm saying? Man, that pound is just getting flushed down the toilet. Poor pound. Not messing with that right now. Okay, we're starting to lose the break test continuation possibility here. Oh, we're really going after their stops, dudes. Oh my God. We're really doing this. Oh my God, the breakout traders are crying. What you gonna do when we come for your stop? You're gonna lose. You're gonna rage quit the Forex. Bam, right there. Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Damn, that's a scalper's bloodbath. Dumb money stopped out. Interesting. The games they play. Look at this guy just waiting. It's like waiting for the bus. AJ stops getting hit. Breakout traders. Shit. That's I'm closing my charts and playing Call of Duty. Man. Welcome, viewers. If you're new, thanks for 18 likes. We're making money out here. We're a force to be reckoned with. Pete Fader's the Terminators. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm serious. Yeah, let's see what we get. Ooh, let's see. Strength is going to appear here. If you know, you know. This is the zone. We hit their stops. And it's a fib area. And this volume's going to be high, and it's going to reject and continue. 90% chance that that's going to happen. So let's see. But we see it coming down against the yen. How pound aside, because that's weak. What about the dollar pairs? No, not coming down. Okay, this is starting to confirm. Euro dollar. Looks like this wants to happen, and then everybody here will be happy. I'll say everybody be happy. No. Ooh. Taking a hit on the yen pairs now. Short, I would not short AJ at all whatsoever. There is no weakness and is very dangerous. Either it's a proper setup or it isn't. Okay, I like our 14 EMA thorough test here, showing some buying on this. If we're getting some activity and pulling away as a result of that activity. There's the volume. There's the stops getting hit. What do we like? What do we like here? Sorry, I'm clicky, but that's what it is right now. The yen is a little erratic as far as its bearishness, as you can see right there. This is very textbook looking, so I may go with the AU long here, right? Wixie agrees. Nothing wrong with the euro dollar, though. Man, am I patient, huh? Hey, if I take a loss, it needs to be a good frickin' trade. You know what I'm saying? Then I know it's a rare occurrence, and I just keep doing what I do. We're all good. Well, if you chase the up move, you're a little nervous. If you didn't get stopped out already, you're nervous. If you're going short, on the other hand, you might be in trouble very soon. So says the chart. Now, right now I'm liking the AU long. Here's the strength. Here's lack of weakness supply coming in. Here's the 14 EMA test from a 1 minute point of view. Volume, strength, result. Top of this little test range. I would say if we really want to squeeze some high probability situation, it's seeing this without weakness, seeing this price accepted. Then we likely go for the leg up. The lower the volume, the better at this price for me to get in long. Right? Everybody know what's going on? Yep. So that's what I'm looking for, the enter the AU long. There it might come right now. Looking at a stop at about 6-9 whole number-ish. That's about 15 pips away. At least just... All right, we didn't quite see it. At least just to get it in there initially, and then we can always manage. Okay, let's see. No, can't get there right now. Let's see. Patience, patience. We'll likely get something. No rush. Take it easy, Aubrey. Well, obviously, I don't trust the yen bearishness short term right now. You see the yen index doing that, or yen basket, or whatever this is. Dollar index looking more of the usual behavior. If it can come down. So I'm still looking for that. Yeah, it was weird how we had 100 people in here for a second. Obviously, that makes me think maybe somebody shared a link somewhere where there was a lot of people, or maybe YouTube just suddenly decided to suggest the stream to a lot of people. I don't know. Maybe they were short. Really? Strong euro, huh? All right, well, as long as there's no particular issue with the Australian dollar. All right, let's see about this entry here. Again, oh. That's what I'm looking for. I just want to see this price accept and not get squashed, and I may be getting in the long AU there. That's kind of nice, huh? I'll let you know if I enter. I'm just seeing this price. You know, if it's pulling back, so be it. I'll wait. Wow. How exciting. Okay, no entry yet. This guy. We got the tunes playing. Tunes. Okay, no entry yet. We saw that price for a second and it came back down. So, like I said, I wanted to see it accept this price. Doesn't have to be a whole 5 minutes, but, you know, that thing just came right back down off of it. So, it's not a situation of weakness. So, I'm still willing to do that. Still willing to do it. No copyright strikes. These are all songs I know I can play. Because I recorded them. Interesting. Oh, that's the 1 minute. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. It's teasing. Teasing. Stop teasing. As you see today, I'm extremely displaying the discipline. Also, you want to kind of have the approach where you don't want to get into a trade until, or think of it as, how do I say it? The latest point you can get into the trade without actually missing it. The latest I could push my entry, wait, is to, like I say, see this price. If you know the scalp entry, try to pull away here. And then even seeing the price, do I have to get in right away? Maybe I can give it 30 seconds if it's not shooting up and see that it could even hold this price. And it came down, right? Now here, maybe we move up and we see that. And if I'm waiting up through here, then it's becoming, I'm missing my entry. So that's right on the line, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's looking like it should do its thing there and help things out. And the yen looks like a reversal pattern there. AU fib zone of this move, yeah, and that would be wise to know that where that is and have a stop maybe below the 618, which isn't too many pips, allowing for the overshoot. Yeah, I mean that's 15 pips away if you put your stop here. So really no issue there, but yeah, it's good to know about. Yep. Usually in this situation, right, with the strength, the lack of weakness, this would have happened here. Usually, right? A lot of you know. That would have been, okay, we're on our way once we get that price. So, okay. Let's see. Do we do this? You know what I'm saying? That's okay. Maybe we do. It was sort of buyers for the taking right there, and they're waiting, so I wait. AJ. Okay, this is nice that we get the 14 EMA test. Strength, lack of weakness, and a bit of increase in the fib area where we expected. And then 14 EMA test. If this is low volume here leading to a break, that is not a bad entry. That would be no supply. Aren't you glad you're not in a trade? Or maybe you are. I'm glad. Good job, myself, I say to myself. Even this I could have just chased right here. Got a little volume, a little squashage going on. Okay. Market's not going to make me do anything I don't want to do. And those longs are dependent on, right? The bullish environment is based on the US dollar and yen strength. This would have made all those scalps work out, right? Those potential entries we were just looking at. AU. Yeah. No rush, huh? Just think of how you felt there. Oh, we're going to miss it. Oh, we're going to miss it. No. And here. Okay, we get an entry when we get an entry. Put on some music, roll a doobie. Do some push-ups. Happily not in a trade right now. Happily. Much potential, though. A lot of potential for a good trade. If you haven't, hit the like for not being in a trade right now. Buyers for the taking. It's typically only one reason they're going to wait. Go hunt the stops. Get themselves built up in bigger position at a lower price. Sorry, Eddie, the average trader named Eddie, who just doesn't know what he's doing. Sorry, the money has to come from somewhere. Might as well be you. Sneaky, tricky, tricky, tricky. The Australia was looking weak to you. Well, you must be trading a different type of, using a different type of analysis. Using some of the VSA stuff, especially when we're talking about strength and weakness, is pretty standard VSA stuff. And seeing this high volume leading to, right, a lot of activity in the market leading to that result. Effort versus result, as it's called. Seeing weakness and high volume selling coming in? No. Which means it's probably going to get at least here before that would maybe show up, or maybe not. And generally, US dollar, okay, not trending. This guy, okay. Well, we get an entry when we get an entry. Yep. If this wants to go lower and do a 618 overshoot and hit volume there, no problem. We know that one. Just overshoot that 618. Give us some volume. Not too much to ask for there. A little higher than the recent range, considered high volume. Again here, that's where I was looking for the entry. Didn't do it. Maybe we do that. Hi, welcome. If you're new, we're here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Watch the videos on my channel to see how I'm trading. We basically have three trade types, right? The London hour, the scalp, and then the main sort of BSA bullseye trade. And those tend to set up in US session. But the scalp and of course, the London hour trade is typically already giving an entry if that was going to set up. Nice one yesterday, but today, no entry on that particular trade. Looks like that was the right move. I mean, we would have initially seen some profit quickly, but for the pound yen, right? You've seen about 10, 12 pips profit, and then the thing turned on you. So that's a good decision there. General outlook I have, and we're talking about, besides short term here, which I could technically go in either direction. Generally, things look very bullish. Off of last Friday's news, a lot of activity that brought price up. Those prices became accepted. I don't see selling supply at those new higher prices. Is very telling. But take it as it comes. Need a setup. generally in markets, what I'm seeing from the charts is a bullish outlook here to start the year. See if we end up breaking this today. There's the supply. That's kind of my projection for now. But take it as it comes. No setup here yet. Likely going to get something. Nice action. We're not sitting here with a dead fish market. Chart doesn't lie. Correct. People lie. I'm not worried about what everybody's saying about 2023 is going to be a frickin' disaster and there's going to be a recession and this and that. Come on. One of these people told you anything good. You've lost your credibility. I don't care. That makes me want to buy. Be quiet. Actually, keep talking. I'll just do the opposite. Inflation. Oh, here it comes. It's going to get worse. And the market. It's. Markets are. They figure themselves out and they like to go up. Plus, there's mechanisms in place to keep these things going, you know? Not worried about it unless we, go into all out some sort of emergency situation. I'm not worried about it. Bullish year, bullish first quarter, yeah, probably. And the average guy will say, I missed it. Everybody was saying recession. Can't have the little guy doing too well. Again, here, if we pop a bit lower, we've kind of built up a support in this area. Little fake break with strength, bringing it back up. Lack of supply, then we're likely going. So there's that potential proper situation to get in. I don't trade the dollar yen. I use the dollar and the yen as information because typically the markets are correlated by the activity of the dollar and the activity of the yen. You can have a nice imbalance between the two. Right? I'm not saying you can't trade it. If I was getting into a trade on this pair, I would be looking to short right here. Weakness. But these relative to each other is not typically something I trade. But yeah. So I agree with that bearish assessment. Short term here on the dollar yen, yeah. Which says the dollar may be, and that's good for information, which says the dollar may be weaker than the yen, right? Which means if I can decide which one I want to buy against, I want to buy against the weaker one, which would be the US dollar. Technically speaking there. What about euro dollar? Similar situation. Again, it was potential for a long here. Now it's getting choppy. Getting kind of stuck. And there's a bit of supply selling right there. The thing is right now, generally, against the US dollar and the yen, which is driving the whole story of the entire Forex market. This is what it's all about. Everything else is these little side stories. Are they marking up against the dollar and the yen right now? No. So buying anything against the dollar and the yen right now, I would not consider it being the right time. The potential is certainly there. But there is no markup activity against the dollar and the yen right now. And they had some opportunities to do so, and they're waiting. So I wait. As soon as this broke out, I said, well, if they're not going to give a proper long entry to us here, that tells us, right, they're likely coming here to hunt some stops. We drew this in, and bam, here we are. The mind of smart money. It's not that hard to figure out once you know their games. They want everybody on the wrong side who doesn't know what they're doing. They want to hunt their stops, so they build up positions in large amounts when everyone sells off their shitty position to them. And once they're loaded up and we see an imbalance in the direction that they're loaded up for, then it's go time. So that kind of summarizes it. Welcome, new viewers. Good to have you. I know there's some new people in here. How are you? Welcome. We got a little VSA. We got a little Wyckoff. Watch my videos to learn what kind of trades we're taking here. It's all about knowing what's going on the market and what the big guys are doing, not doing, where, when. Following along with that. And yes, volume in Forex is tradable. We have certainly proven that. So right now, nothing convincing me to get long in this nice bullish environment. We've gone a little sideways. What would clean up this situation that's now going a little slow, a little sideways, losing the momentum, losing the, a nice higher high, higher low structure that could have formed there. Didn't get that. What would really get things going back to nice high probability entry is a drop down in strength, right? Seeing high volume buying into particularly areas that we know that they look to buy in. And here we got into there, but strength, as I was drawing to hope to see, not appearing yet. As we know, it can happen right there. 618 overshoot. And so if we get that drop and we see that volume, we see the rejection, we know that the buyers have accumulated a bit. And we already seen to the left that we don't have an issue with supply. And we have an imbalance to the upside, lack of selling and activity on the buying. So that could get things going if we see that sort of thing. Why some of the bearish volume blue and green? Yeah, this indicator is hit or miss. And in the end, we could just use a regular volume indicator that doesn't have any colors. But for the most part here, you see it's... yeah, I'm taking that as strength. For the most part, its volume is high on down moves, it's green. If it's high on up moves, it's red. Doesn't really need to do, we're not taking signals from it, but you get situations like that more times than not, where it's just on the eye, you could see what's going on. As we were here and coming down, the volume was a little excessive. There was some buying into that down move to that area, and then there you get your high volume. And it's green. Yeah, it's usually right. This I'm taking as weakness because we tried to move up into new high ground. We got squashed, sold into. So, ideally that would be red. So, yeah, I know what you're saying. And this thing on the bottom is just to make people go, hey, P, what indicator is that? What are you using? And then I could tell them I'm not using it. I like colors. And don't use indicators to trade. Better to know what the hell's going on. If indicators worked, we'd all be making money our first week. All right, let's see if we get that, right? Man, it's a bloodbath. for the buyers here, the breakout chasers. Bloodbath. So again, the mind of smart money here. If they're going to be buying, this is an area where we tend to see them. Now, this bar didn't spend much time there, so let's see here. Right, it kind of got there right before it closed, so, you know, really seeing the activity. Now we're going to see it. And if they decide to buy here, yeah, we have a bit of volume on that. But we'll see. And that is going to create that imbalance here now. Let's see. Man, things were so convincingly bullish when I got here, but there was no trade entry, and I stick to the rules. Give me 1 minute, and I'll be right back. All right. Patience pays. I'm glad I'm not long. I'm glad I'm not short. What kept me out of a trade? Just trading correctly. I had just woken up from a nap, which is good. Now I'm good. I took a nap. It's 5 a.m. here, 5:37. You know, I'm cloudy minded when I first wake up. I'm one of those people. I don't even remember the first half hour after I get up. Like, yeah, I spoke to you this morning when you woke up. I'm like, I talked to you? I don't remember it. Like, that's how bad I am when I wake up. And then the market was dangling this bad, you know, this bad long entry in front of me. But I've been doing it long enough to know. Yeah, generally a bullish environment against the dollar and the yen. I agree with that, whatever time frame you happen to be on. But that goes back to Friday and all that activity on the news leading to the up move, acceptance of higher prices. Absolutely, Rod. Welcome if you're new. He says, damn, this week, I was just thinking this. This week, if you don't have patience and discipline and know what you're doing, yeah, this type of market will drive you crazy, yes. Well, I was thinking exactly that. My phrase in my mind was, it's got traders' heads spinning. That's what I was thinking. It's got their heads spinning. I took one trade yesterday. It was a win. I have nothing today. I'm completely happy with that so far. Thread the needle, man. Don't mess around. Let them play their games. Look at this. Typically in this situation now, where you've had, let's see if we get this right, where you've had traders trapped long, bullish sentiment. Everybody agrees. Look at this guy, right? Chasing the breakout, buying, buying, buying. Typically in these situations, if they're not marking up or coming down like this, it's to get their stop losses. And they get more on the way up. And we're going to see that type of activity tends to create increased volume. And it's not hard to figure out where stop losses are. We're still likely going to move up today from lack of supply, bullish environment. But also, hey, if this doesn't set up, are there not a bunch of stop losses right here? Of course there are. That's not hard to figure out. I don't need any other information to tell me that. I don't need to see brokers' order books and the positions, and I already know. We already know. If they want to buy a lot, there's a lot available for sale right here. And that's when everyone starts going short as well. Oh, God. That's the game. Well, we got some volume on there, but nothing really increased to say, okay, we have strength in buying. So that is what it is right now. I would have liked to see some more. So, taking it as it comes, right? Look at that. Didn't see the volume. Okay. I'm extremely happily not in a trade right now. That is where to be. What's up with strength on the pound, huh? What's up with that? So the London hour trade, right? If you look at my second to latest video, besides the live streams, explains the setup. That didn't give an entry today, but now that that's come and gone, we can know that there is strength here. It did show strength. It did move up off of that. The pound is kind of doing its own thing, which at this time of day is not surprising with these down moves. You know, it's London session, main event. And, you know, with the background being bullish because of the weak US dollar, weak yen, these down moves on the other currencies, the pound being weak for the moment, they tend to be more short-lived. That's not the story here. So if anything, it could give them a good price to buy the pound lower. Probably a lot of you who already know how I trade and trade similar to me have already drawn this fib, right? Yeah, it's in a range, but if we're bullish in bullish environment, it's not a dead range or anything. Do want to see what goes on there, and then there you go. Pete, draw the fib already. Yeah, I did. So that's some nice strength there, and it's going to be testing for supply here. So you have a combination of the automatic rally, first level of resistance after strength, and the 14 EMA here. Okay. If this breaks through, the lower the better on volume into this area, we have an imbalance, large buying, lack of selling. That's a possibility here now. Caught up on the chat. Don't mess around, don't find out. What platform are you using to trade? Forex.com on my phone. I heard say the phrase overshoot. Yeah, you must have studied the quarters theory. I have not. That is where I learned it. Do you use quarters? No. But, yeah, that's just a term I end up using for that stuff, yeah. When price goes a little further, fake breakout situations, and a lot of times on the 618, you get the overshoot like that, of that level. You go a little further, you get a lot of volume on it, and then it comes back up. That's not the case here. There could have been something. What do I think about this guy, though? The lower the volume, the better. Ooh, yeah, that's a bit much. Okay. For the moment, that's a bit much. Yeah, I'm not loving the strength once I get on this 1 minute and really look at it. Let me see the 5 minute again. Yeah. Huh. Okay, it's not bad into the low prices there, yeah. But there is a bit of too much activity to call it lack of supply there, so it could do a break test there. Did you use Trade Guide at any time? Yes, I did try it out. Yes, I did. My conclusion was your brain works better than the software. Tom Williams didn't use the software. It's cute. They tried, but in my opinion, it's it's a good effort, but no. When you're trying to code something, and that's better to be understood by the human brain. I think there are limitations until AI outsmarts us all. But for now, getting those arrows and you're clicking on them and it's giving you a couple paragraphs of information, and then two bars later, it's telling you something else. It's difficult to really properly follow the storyline. And I think there's a little too many labels for things that are just basically the same. But having said that, I must thank Gavin and Tom for saying, yeah, you can use volume sitting at home trading. You could even use it in the spot forex market, and strength appears on down moves and weakness appears on up moves, and blah blah blah. This is how smart money works. Of course, that got me on track. Thank them for that. But I don't think the software is the way to go, in my opinion. Hit the like button to thank Tom and Gavin. There you go. I said, what is this guy talking about? Weakness appears in up bars. Yeah, this is going to go without me because there was a bit too much volume on there. I'm being patient today. This feels there's some landmines around, right? Agreed, guys? There's some landmines here. We got to be careful. Got to be careful. A lot of traders are in bad positions right now. Careful, careful. That was your first impression, too many signals. Yeah, the software doesn't do the job of saying, this is what's going on. This is what smart money's doing. Going into today's session, they are positioned from here, and it doesn't know what's important and what isn't. It's software, and it's going to highlight some random no demand that just doesn't mean anything, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I think they would have been better off. I mean, I'm not giving them advice. Good for them if they're doing well. Just teaching. Forget the software. If they want to make money off teaching, have very special live webinars and whatever they want to do and charge for it, and talk about the principles of how smart money works and combining it with the Wyckoff stuff. Very good. I think if anything, the software might turn people away from VSA. Well, if they get the software and it's not working for them, Multiplayer. Call of Duty, guys. Multiplayer. What am I doing today in this market? So far, nothing. So far, it's been a bunch of landmines. I would like, according to what the chart is saying is the thing to do, I would like to get long at the proper time, the proper place. If price is coming down, all the long positions are getting sweaty, they're getting kicked out. This is a very typical pattern that it could set up from here. We talked about it yesterday, and it happened exactly the way we were saying. What was it? It was this. It was that. This isn't hindsight. This is yesterday we were saying. And now to update that. And again, where was I? The AJ? What was I just looking at? Yeah. Again, that's where a lot of stops are. I mean, what's the point in marking up price if you haven't built up your long positions nice and low and every freaking dumb trader's already in it? Rather than the small percentage of traders who have the more money and know what they're doing and take from the rest. Kind of like communism. What? Wait, that's not good. The 1% of traders are making all the good moves, making all the money. Everyone else is giving it up. What would be the next move here? Well, like I said, looking again in long low. And just to mark up potential areas. It's nice to see that the up move earlier, that this up move, right? Anywhere you look, besides the pound, which has been sagging. But the up moves here are not showing weakness. And if we're coming down and we're looking at strength, looking to buy, we should be able to not only, move up off of that, but get through the high of the day off of that. So, look at this GU strength, huh? Ooh. 14 EMA test. So we have double bottom, technically fake break. Strength. Pretty low volume on the test here. Now we had some selling issue there. Really low volume there. Okay. Looks like the pound's going to want to move up here. Is it time? Pound yen, huh? That is a really good pattern. Jeez, I'm like missing it. It's just going. I could put something small in the pound yen there. Strength, low volume. Result. Stop loss below the low is big. I don't like that. We did well in December, actually. Well, towards the end, it does what it does, yeah. A lot of scalps in December. Yeah, this is the pound kind of doing its own thing. No, I'm not willing to put money on it. If this does a fake break with volume, feels a little dangerous right now. It's like our overall picture is very clear, but the very short-term situation is just kind of floppy right now, right? Why didn't they mark up? Okay, they didn't. Are they buying into down moves large? No, not too much. Pound aside, because it's in London and that's a focus there. Pound-driven trade, I'm not sure I trust that. I'd rather take the usual stuff. I mean, the London hour trade is pound-driven. Not much to help that situation. Taking it as it comes. We usually get on average one trade per session. I'm here 2 to 3 hours. For the new people. Sometimes we get 2 trades. Sometimes we get nothing. And also join the Discord. We're looking at, once I end the live stream and we get into U.S. session, also looking at things there. Link in the description. So far, there's a lot of situations where I was very close to entering, and it's just not quite good enough. And if I keep my standards high, if I get on average 1 trade per live stream, it's high win rate, high probability. If I keep my standards high, all good. Usually for me, like the most trades I'll get in a day, the most is like 3, maybe 4. You could get a scalp or 2. You could get the U.S. session set up, the London hour trade. But I mention that because, if you're new and you say, oh, this guy's just talking and clicking and, is this guy going to take a trade or is just wasting my time here? Right. I'm very clicky today. It's a weird vibe in the market. It's a little weird. The vibe is weird. I'm very connected to it. It's a little weird. One certainly weird thing is how this breakout came all the way back down. Okay, fine. Are we going to see strength here? No, not so much though. You notice after this volume, everything's kind of flat. So activity-wise, nothing stands out. But we were still able to do all this. But what does it all mean if smart money's not involved and not pre-positioning? You like that voice? I don't know. This guy's streaming. He's just talking all day. Fucking never take a trade. How do you expect me to sit there for 3 hours? I'm not wasting my time. This guy's just clicking. I don't know, man. You want to go play some Call of Duty? I'm bored. You like it, Wix? Okay, there you go. Then they come back the next day and they miss the win. Oh, this fucking guy. I don't know, man. I give up. Maybe they're waiting for tomorrow news. Quite possibly Collins. It's a light news day. But we're moving. That's the thing. But high volume stuff. And yeah. 100%? You think people say that? The stragglers that come and go? That's why I put this stupid thing up here. To show my win-loss. And over there on the left say you have found, what is it? What did I write? Welcome to the best Forex day trading analysis anywhere. There you go. The best. Thank you for the heads up on the news. I never mind a heads up on news. I don't see. What time did you say? Now? I had that half an hour ago here. What are you checking for news? Not Forex Factory, huh? You see, for me it was 27 minutes ago. So which one is it? We don't know. That's all right. My effects book has that listed that way? There are discrepancies sometimes. Yesterday was very weird with the pound speech popped up and then got deleted. Remember that one, guys, yesterday? Look, it's gone. Popped up last second and then it got removed. Well, I'm glad I didn't buy the pound there. The market's full of landmines right now. This guy will never take a trade, man. I'm supposed to listen to him talk for 3 hours. But as I say, we have something called the London hour trade, which after the first hour of London session, we have levels marked up and we look for that. And historically so far, it's been more days than not. It sets up, what is it, 60, 70% of the time, right? 3 out of 4 days, 3 out of 5. You know, we get an entry on that, and that's been all good. But we didn't get that today. No scalp entries, no volume imbalances. Just sort of flopping around, right? But the plan is, if we're moving down, good. I'm looking for strength to buy into lower prices. And maybe the up move was just a trap, just dangling the shiny up move for people to get in, get their stop losses. You know, it sounds crazy, it sounds like a conspiracy, but no, it's not. And thanks to that up move, right? All this stuff, there are a bunch of stop losses down there. This one probably being the most obvious. And how do you know, Pete, how do you know if the stop losses are getting hit? Well, there's going to be an increase in activity right where they are. Pop, 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 pop around the world as the stop losses get hit. And the price jumps because those are selling off their position, hitting the stop, and smart money is buying from it, unless they don't buy. And it's, you know. But in this type of situation, that's a typical maneuver. Pop, pop, pop goes the stop around the world. I mean, what else is there to do, right? If you need to build up your position at a good low price before things mark up, what other way is there? Because they're trading such large amounts, they're moving the markets, right? Read Master of the Markets. And even though that's about stocks, it's not really about the Forex. It's the same type of thing in that regard. Many things are the same. Some things are different. Master of the Markets. Read that. Say, okay, this isn't exactly the same in Forex, but the idea is the same. The behaviors is the same. The mindset of smart money is the same. Right, right. You have, what does this you say there? You have bought EU from the Asia low, targeting yesterday's high. Okay, good luck on that. And generally, yeah, it's a bullish outlook, but I have not found to my liking any sort of entry yet. I feel like the game is on right now. Ooh, look at that. Got to keep refreshing. You don't know what's going to go on with news changes. Okay, nothing. Maybe my FX book was right. And Forex Factory was wrong, huh? Because we do see that increase in activity at that time, like you said. The light impact Euro news, right? Yeah. Okay, once again, I'm glad I didn't get sucked into any sort of long position on the pound. Baiting me there. Yeah, until further notice, that is my assessment of what they're up to today. Hunting stops on long positions. If that's not the case, then we will see that by seeing lack of high volume demand where those stop losses would be. And we say, okay, they're not doing that. What are they doing? And make a new projection. Do we see weakness and lack of demand? Okay, are we turning bearish for the New Year term? Right. But right now, that's probably the plan. Probably the plan. I guess if I ever wrote a book, it would be called The Mind of Smart Money. How's that? All the news sources are a bit suspect at times. Seems so. Wixie, you posted something in the Discord? What was it? The cold faces? What does that mean? Oh. Me, after a year of preparation on the demo account, first deposit, shot in the face. There you go. The weakness in the armor was found immediately. That's a good one. Seems about right. Yep. All right, trading memes. That's a good one. Yeah, I also think of like, you had a bad week because you're a newbie. You don't know what you're doing. But man, you studied you studied Saturday and Sunday so hard, man. That Saturday and Sunday got you all right and ready for the next week. Oh, I got it now. No, you don't. I did total shit last week, but really Saturday and Sunday, I got it all right. I got it all figured out. I'm ready now. Monday, let's go. Tricky stuff, man. Good thing we know what we're doing. Tricky. Discord, don't give up. This business is not easy and very knowledge demanding. On average, you should be profitable after 1.5 year of active trading. Yeah, think of it. Yeah, it's a long term. It's a skill. How many hours does it take to master a skill, right? All that stuff. It doesn't matter what it is. Could be playing guitar. You play guitar 6 months. I don't care who you are. Dude playing 5 years is going to destroy you. That's it. That's what it is. It's like any other skill. A carpenter, anything. Are you asking me that, Collins? Do I usually attend live stream when I'm learning? When I was learning, there was nothing out there. I got my first demo in 2003. I did a Yahoo search because that's what you used back then. Trading rooms, trading education, Forex education. I got no results. By 2005, 2006, things started popping up. But live streams, no. Real money changes everything. I could never use demo. I felt the psychology changed even though I was risking zero. Yep, absolutely, Dean. I agree. Once again, GU try to break long range, but high volume on bearish candle. See that. Yeah. And the pound drop here may have been just for this purpose of accumulating. Let's get in there on the 1 minute and see some detail. Are the higher volumes really at the low price? Well, absolutely there. There it is again at that same level. A little fake break, all increased activity. Here it is again. Or a smart money position from on the pound dollar today, here. They are long from here. It doesn't mean we have to mark up right now. I would want to see lack of supply. But yeah, that's a nice one again. That hit a few stop losses on long positions in here. So they were able to get a little bit more in there. What is the game here if it's not to accumulate at a low price? Then I'll happily admit I don't know. That seems to be the game, the only game right now. I'm very clicky today, a little more than usual, right? Sorry if it's like driving you crazy. I keep switching charts. But I'm just trying to get tapped in to what they're up to here. This was expected to come down if everything was just going to go, the usual route, and it's going sideways. This guy has been trending down, the yen basically weak, and then we got a higher high, higher low. Just as we're getting into London. Indexes, I'm not that concerned with volume. That's me. Yeah, this is like, Patience. I'm hanging around. I'm not in a rush. I'm looking for the right things here. I'm not in a rush to leave. We'll be here. Thanks for hanging out if you're new. Check out the videos on my YouTube channel and learn how I'm trading. Have a nice little group here. We're kind of off the radar. For a moment, we had 100 people in here. I'm not sure what happened with that. patience, so don't rush your shots. Be a big baller, not a shot caller. Okay, that works, Carbon. Thank you. Correct. And yeah, if you're wondering the history of who is this guy, well, I used to actually charge a subscription fee to trade with me. I don't do that anymore. Don't really need to. And this year, after my terrible back malfunction, I had to get back surgery. So I kind of disappeared for a little while. Life was rough. If you ever had sciatica and all that. And then I started doing it again. What was it, September? We started working in a new trade called the London Hour Trade. And then we got back to business. And the end of last year, the last few months was very good. I still feel like I'm getting better, which is insane. My win ratio is getting better still. There's like 1 or 2 losses in the last few months last year, right, guys? Tell me if I'm wrong. And now I'm just doing this as a regular thing because I like to trade this way. I like it. For some, it would be too much pressure. But for me, live streaming keeps me focused. Makes the time go by faster. I don't take my eyes off the chart. And hey, you get free trades, free education, right? Can't beat it. As far as YouTube, and like I say, it's a good thing I'm not a YouTuber. I mean, it's not like I really put the effort in, but my channel doesn't grow very fast. How many people we got? 31. All right. That's fine with me. Somebody made a comment on a recent live stream. They said, finally, you find the real information, and whatever, however he put it. It was worded a little weird, but finally you find the good stuff, and nobody's here, and they get bored because they don't know it when they see it, or something like that. September I came back. Yeah, we did the London Hour test live. And then we got back to business. I think it was October. Pete's so patient now. Xbox name. Wixie, you're the man. Pete, what you're doing, it helps beginners to learn how to trade. Very good. And if you're really, really a beginner, you might be like, what is he talking about? What does that mean? Yeah, that's fine. You can ask questions and, of course, watch the YouTube videos. Free. I have a course, and it's just the same stuff I'm talking about here. It's just organized. 13 hours long. Covers every single last freaking detail. If you want that sort of thing. If not, fine. You're still welcome. I'll still answer your questions. There's the link. Bro, any tips on how to get early entry? Because I always got late entry and price only moved 5 pips in reverse. Isn't that the way everybody starts out? Yeah, pinpointing that entry. Well, I'm not sure how you're trading in the first place. It may or may not be something that I think is even good and valid. Most of the things offered out there are just not good. It's very scammy BS. And if somebody's not trading live and really proving it, I would just ignore them. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, even people in here that tell me, oh, if I'm looking to go long and they announce they're going short, it's like, okay, go do your live stream. Let's see what you do. Explain your... Otherwise, be quiet. Breakout trading is the absolute worst. Is the absolute worst way to trade. Case in point, today, right now. That breakout trade was absolutely horrible. Now, what I do on breakout trade, okay, you like the breakout trade? Well, I was looking for this break, test, continuation pattern. This is the 14 EMA, which is additional confirmation. Long story short. And starting to pull away there, I would have gotten in the trade. So I'd never chase breakouts. Never. Noob move number 1, chasing a breakout. Noob move number 2, using indicators, stochastics, RSI, MACD, Trend Analyzer 3000, make money while you sleep. One-time payment of $99, you're going to get rich. So yeah, I would suggest to everybody new here, of course, again, watch my videos. Where did I get this stuff from? VSA, Wyckoff, and I made it my own. I do it my own way. I don't do it exactly the same. There's no such thing as a no supply at support. That doesn't make any sense to me. Testing for buyers. So I cleaned it up a little bit. It made it more straightforward. I think most people agree it's better. Unless you're a VSA Nazi. In that case, go to the Malcolm thread on Forex Factory and have a good time. What was my point? New to the channel, welcome Shannon. Anything exciting going on? Yes, extremely exciting to not be in a trade in this very dangerous landmine-filled environment. Having the same account balance as yesterday after getting that win. This is my excitement right now. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm not in a trade. I got very close to entering trades. As you guys saw in real time, I said, if this happens, I'm getting in. If this happens, I'm getting in. Right, we had that. We had the pound situation, a couple of things, right? I'm getting in. If this happens, I'm getting in. Right there, we were looking to go long, and the chart said, no, don't do it. So very close to entering, and very happy that I didn't enter. Of course, I stick to my rules, because none of that stuff would have worked out too good. It's very tricky out here. Number one is understand the mind, the actions, the behavior of smart money. Knowing and having observed them for so long, most likely we're going to come down, hit a bunch of stops on long positions so they could build up, and that's going to be the trigger, the time to look for that entry. Now, if something else happens, we'll follow along, we'll adjust. So it's all about being knowledgeable about what's going on. Also, I would suggest, for new people, supply demand, right? In the real world, forget just trading. That's why prices change. Why is milk a different price than it was last week? Supply demand, right? I think the average person learned little about that, which is supply chain issues, right? Lack of supply, inflation, printing too many dollars, inflation. That's all supply demand stuff. And in the Forex world, in the trading world, there's a lot of talk about supply demand that simply just uses support resistance, and there's really no actual supply demand being taught. Well, this is a level of demand. Whatever, right? Support. But the activity is key. And I would suggest, if you're learning this stuff, besides watching my videos, is to learn about, get away from, I've said this before, get out of the trading world. Go to a video that's not from a trader looking at a chart. Forget that stuff. And find information on why prices fluctuate in the real world, why the price of goods and services change. housing market, things that are more mainstream, and you get a clear picture of smart understanding what's going on, sort of trading activity, and why they do what they do, and you can actually apply that to a chart, and all of a sudden you start seeing what's really going on. Eurodollar gone dead. Are you looking to buy but nothing convincing going on? This would be great to get down here and see some strength. Pound. Some demand at this level, some buying at this level. It's not showing lack of supply into markup, so maybe we're going lower. Man, the long positions are getting destroyed. And I already was talking about this yesterday, that this was likely to happen. It was a bullish environment yesterday, and we sold. What? Yep. Hi there, Pete. My trading is improved from learning your style. Boss man. Good to hear. I would hope so, or else I'll just stop what I'm doing. Very nice, very nice. I take good prices on entry, but I have a hard time judging the 1 hour time frame supply demand bias correctly. Would appreciate any tips. Thanks. Sure, I got some for you. What indicator? We'll go back to that in 1 second because this is a shorter answer. What indicators do you find most useful? Price, volume, and time. The 14 EMA. Indicators are no good. Indicators are a waste of time. They're not that smart. Oscillators, averaging out price movement over time, doesn't give you much of an advantage. It really doesn't. Otherwise, we'd all just find our magical combination of indicators and we'd be set. We wouldn't have to think so much. To finish your question, to use together for early detection on movement. Yeah, that would be the volume indicator along with the price action. And someone who's tried it all, failing, discovered VSA 2007 or so when they really came out with their stuff. Wyckoff got me on track, took all that crap off of my charts, and I ended up putting back what I was missing, which was the 2 moving averages. They have a particular purpose. We're not trading crossover method. This thing on the bottom is to bait you into asking, so I can tell you not to use anything. Very welcome. I'm not trying to sound like an ass, but that's my opinion. Yes. So yeah, Mr. Boss Man. Hard time judging the 1 hour time frame supply demand bias correctly. Okay, first thing that comes to mind is the purpose of the 1 hour chart, right? Sets your background. And what are time frames? It's all the same information organized differently for you, but it's the same exact information. You're just looking at it differently. You're organizing it differently. If you're seeing high volume on a 1 hour chart, that says, of course, during that hour, there was more activity than usual. You're summarizing the activity for that hour, of course. And typically, if it's, let's say, into a down move and there's an upward result, we'll call it a bullish sign of strength. Okay, simple enough. Lower prices attracted buyers. Those are smart buyers. Okay, fine. But that is a generalization of that hour. And you can go into this, let's say 9 o'clock on my chart yesterday. You could go into this hour and look at the 5 minute and go, wait a second, hypothetically here. If I look at the 5 minute chart, all I see is signs of weakness, weakness, weakness. And actually at this low price, there wasn't much buying. So this is just a heads up that there's high volume. You got to get in there and see what it is. It could be very tricky. It could be the complete opposite of what it looks like. And that's not something I made up, as far as traditional VSA, they're jumping through all kinds of time frames. If you narrow it down to the 1 hour for your background. You could obviously see the high and low volume points summarized, and then the 5-minute gives you the detail, right? So again, here, like, we have higher volumes. Now, on a 1 hour chart, that's going to be generally higher over an hour or whatever. And then we can get in there and see, what is it? What is it? Weakness. Okay. Right? So you're knowing that what goes on here is, in the larger picture, again, I'm just using hypothetical examples visually. In the larger picture, you say, okay, that's high volume 1 hour. This is important. This is background high volume. Let's get in there and see the details of what that is. And it could be the 5-minute chart can show you something different from what the 1 hour showed you. But if you're far away from something and then you get closer and you see more detail, which one would you believe is true? The more detail. So it's just a simple summary of the hour's activity. You want to get in there and see that. Does that help? And why is it important? Of course, because high volume, we get a quick look at, okay, where did the smart money activity take place? Okay, here, here, here. Cool, let's get in there and see. You know? Narrow it down to the points that they're active and see what they're doing. But maybe that'll help you. Adam. Hi, welcome. Mr. Peter, Mr. Adam. Amazing webinar is always great. Question. A lot of experienced traders say that volume at down chart know that efficient as trading stock or options is true. Not that efficient as trading stocks or options. Is it true? Thanks. Nope. I think if I understand your boss man, okay, good. Yeah, any other questions, let me know. I think what you're asking, Adam, is that we actually talked about this yesterday, so to give you the short answer, that volume in spot Forex, tick activity that we're using is not useful as stocks or out and other things where you get real volume of contracts. You see actual volume traded rather than a volume indicator that moves based on price ticks. And as I say, that debate was settled years ago. I helped settle that debate, if you know what I mean. And I actually like tick activity, and I like this volume. And I could be looking at futures volume, and I'm not. Now, I have no problem with real volume. I'll use that too in other markets where that's what you get. Great. And it tends to be more dynamic, very high, very low. And it's fine. But you get the same information if you're looking at, foreign exchange futures volume or actual volume compared to tick volume. I'm sure it's, increased over the recent range there. I'm sure that's increased over the recent range. Our high and low volume points and our storyline, our factual information is there either way. And this is what I learned on. This is what I like. If that's what you're asking. So what are we doing here? Euro dollar's gone flat after some buying. Bit of selling. Not much going on here. Again, down moves and strength is what I'm looking for. We'll go long, unless the chart says otherwise. Again, I got very close, very, very close to entering 2 or 3 trades here today so far. Didn't get in them. Glad I didn't. Discipline, follow the rules. I think a lot of VSA traders are long on the pound right here and saying, shit, what happened to strength? No supply or something. Yeah. Tricky out here. You could feel it if you're experienced. And logically, that is the outcome that just everything makes perfect sense. We drop down, we get strength, and we look to buy. Now, if generally things were just trending without these issues, maybe on the pound, which is trending there, but generally, if we had a trending environment, I could find my way in with some momentum, where we see momentum happening and we expect that to continue. And if anything, that's what this would have been. This momentum here really became strong, and looking for that safe long entry after rejection, and that didn't come around. So it's not just the VSA situation background and that stuff. It's if there's strong momentum and there's nothing there to stop it, there are ways to get in along with that. But that didn't confirm, didn't take that, happily. So that's what we're looking at today. Usually by now we've had a trade, so every day is different. Take it as it comes. And every now and then you get no trade, or at least me. And I think that's healthy and normal, and that means you're disciplined, you know what you're doing. Like I say, if every single day, no matter what, 5 days a week, whatever amount of days you trade, 3 days a week, you're always getting a trade every single day. You're definitely over trading, because there are some days that are just not giving high probability projections. Very often it's when you have big news later on or something like that. But it happens. So as I say, the chart is the boss, and I just listen to the boss. Adam? Okay, great. Looking at this choppy sloppy, Carmen, yeah. For us, it's a choppy sloppy. And for a lot of traders, it's sweaty, stress and worry about whatever position they may be in right now. Breakout traders got destroyed. Now those going short, they may get destroyed as well in this bullish environment. So happily not in a trade right now until the chart tells me to. We were very close, so that's how it goes. Sweat lobbies. Man, this lobby's too sweaty. Back out. London hour trade today. Very tricky, huh? Very tricky London hour trade. Almost wanted to trick you into getting long on the pound there, didn't it? Didn't it? Trying to trick you. It wasn't right. Wasn't right. This happened, right? But it's not a fake break. There's a reason why that's supposed to be there. And if it's a fraction of a pip, that's not good enough for me. I want to see these lower prices. Then I'm looking to go. Now we're seeing the lower prices. Oh, look, the buyers aren't there. Oops. Right? And to pass on that, okay, good. And then to see this and go, oh, well, have a nice time moving up without me. Oh, I was right. Yeah. But the fact that they're buying into down moves, again, showing that we're probably sticking to this plan of just shaking everybody out of long positions, hitting their stop and going up from there. And, you know, I don't have any confirmed short entry, and there's nothing to do. And again, we do have the scalps, which could go either direction, but we don't have the momentum behind that right now, which keeps you out of the choppy, sloppy stuff, right? Now, this has momentum to the downside, but with strength. I'm not looking to short that, if you know my scalp method, so I passed on those. So we wait. Getting some volume here. What's happening? Got a pound thing. Pound yen. So we're hanging out. Haven't lost any money. We'll probably make some before we're done, but we'll see. Take it as it comes. Can't make any demands on the market. No demand. Put on some music, roll a doobie. We're here, being patient. Patience pays. Nothing but trappy, bad setups, and we didn't take them.
Shut your fucking mouth, I'll give you what you came to say. Play my face, I'll play the villain, put the blame on me. No fake out, don't sleep on, now run, now talk the other
Yeah, I'm getting hungry. What's up with the sudden volume on the pound yen? Getting a little action here. Discotheque. Just a bad day. It's not, I wouldn't say it's just a bad day. It's tricky. Dollar Swiss 5 minute. Okay. What is this now? Looks like potential fake break. I mean, as I say, what I'm talking about is the story of the whole market. So I'm not going to suddenly see some other chart and go, oh, that's great. Having said that, that's not enough volume for me to short. And generally, does the dollar look like it's weak? Does the Swiss franc look like it's strong? So it's not a isolated situation. And yeah, if I thought it was so great, it'd be in something anyway. Here's the dollar index just going sideways. Euro's been killing the Swiss. And that's the only chart I got up for that. So Euro been killing the Swiss, saying it's weak. If the Swiss is weak, then the dollar should be able to move up against it. There's nothing lining up with that. And then, of course, the volume's just not high enough. In my opinion, I would not take that short. And there's a decent probability it's going to do that. If we have such momentum behind it with this much weakness at a very obvious area where sellers could come in. And there's just not much activity there. You typically expect something. Now, if we got that, obviously if we got that, some higher volume, then yeah. It's not much higher than this guy. Or that. So not enough, particularly on a reversal. The more volume, the better, saying weakness. And generally, you know, with the markets being how they are, I'm not going to be able to just find some matchup that suddenly looks great, because we're looking at kind of the whole story. So it is what it is, in my opinion. GU, yeah. We had some buying demand at this level. I almost went long, but didn't, as you guys saw, I think, on this one too. And then we kind of got into the weeds here. We broke out, didn't see much strength, but it wasn't a real breakout either. We're back where we started. Nothing I would want to jump in right now. I mean, generally right now, the condition of the market, of the entire market, is that there's no high probability move about to happen. This is what I'm seeing. So I could go over to EA or anything random, and it is what it is. Euro's kicking the Swiss francs. If you like trading this pair, I'd look for a 14 EMA test or something, you know. But that's kind of a side story. I don't trust this stuff too much. I don't trade this pair. I like the dollar and the yen driven stuff. Retest of, sorry, what was that about? Retest. The dollar Swiss or the pound or which? More coffee maybe? We've been here 3 hours. This friggin' guy, all he does is talk. Never takes a trade. I'm just clicking through the charts. Freaking ego. An ego problem. Guy thinks he knows everything, and all he does is click through the charts. He's not even doing anything. I'm here to take a trade, man. We're just gonna play some Call of Duty. Hey, we got spammed. Adult dating chat. All right, guys. I don't know if you see it. Hide user from channel. Thanks for that. We're not looking for adult dating chat. BU. What's BU? And then yes. Because I asked you multiple choice, and you gave me a yes. GU? Alright, if you could type the pair that you're asking about, that would be great. Yes. S. S. What, are we drinking today? A little early. GU. On GU, what would turn into a good trade? Well, with the buying that went on here, but then allowing prices to come down lower, this would be big money niceness if we got that. And strength. And guess what? Yesterday was that. Now we update it, and today would be that. That's one very good option. Because we are bullish and we're hunting stop losses. Below there, and now below there. So that's number one, would be the best, I think. Going long would be to see that price get rejected on high volume. Look for the entry. I also particularly say that because this most recent low didn't see much buying, so they're probably looking for that. Now, there was a decent amount of strength, and if we don't do that, we just start trending and we get some momentum, I can look for that. But at this point, I'm not going to pick this as the low of this move and get long in that situation. You're laughing? Okay, good. So I'm right, you're drinking? No, I'm just kidding. I get a sense every now and then, somebody, I won't say names, people in the Discord sometimes, I'm like, they're drunk. I could tell. So I'm just playing with you, but yeah. I'm glad people can take a joke. Yeah, I'm not actually here talking poop to anybody. It's all in good fun. I would like somebody to make fun of me. That would be hilarious. I don't even know what you would do. All right, guys. We're looking for fake breakouts. I don't even know. Make fun of me. That would be great. My Pete Fader impression. I don't even know what it would be. No, I don't want to get roasted by you, Carbon. No, not by you. I meant everybody else. What was the difference between Pete Fader and... I don't know. A joke, at least. What's the difference between Pete Fader and everyone else streaming on YouTube? They don't buy their cars cash. Ah, okay. Let's not make one day a week. One day a week. God, it's just a constant bombardment. One-time thing. Stop it. What's the difference between Pete and a park bench? Oh, God. You better have a punchline. I'm ready for it, Carv. Let's go. We're waiting. BSA trade based, volume based imbalances, nothing. Momentum based trades, nothing. London hour trade, close, but nothing. And rightfully so, because that's a little scary. That wouldn't have worked out so great. If we were still in it, we'd be pretty nervous. I'm happily keeping my profits that I made so far in January. I think if you end the day break even, you're still better than 70% of traders. Sitting at home. People will make rich, and the park bench will have you feeding bread to pigeons like a beta. Okay. Yeah. I'll take it. Actually, a compliment. Thanks. Not to talk poop, but I'm bored. Yeah, there's some people streaming on YouTube that just, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? There's a account grow challenge. Somebody who has like, 700 people watching. And I'm watching the slow death of this account. I just check in every now and then. I'm not wishing ill. I'm not wishing bad on this person, but it's kind of a train wreck. It's the slow death by a million cuts. You know what I mean? And there's like 700 people just watching this account slowly shrink. And then you have, let's say, another person. I'm not naming names. I'm just bored that I'm talking. Who's catching like 3 pips on a profit, you know what I mean, and calling it a win. It's like, well, all right, we got it, guys. I closed the trade. All right, that's another win. Yeah, party time. It's like, wait, I was up 1 pip when you closed. Wait a second, what is going on here? And then you have all this simping bots. Nice job. Oh, if everyone's wondering like why I have ads enabled on my video, it's because I really want the fraction of a penny. It's because I think, I mean, I could be wrong, but I did hear this. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll take the ads off. That and it makes sense. YouTube makes money also off the ads, not just the YouTuber, right? A fraction of that ad money goes to YouTube themselves. So they will promote videos with ads on it. They'll suggest videos that have ads, so YouTube makes more money. You put the ad and you get more views. I don't know if that's true. Makes sense. We're coming down on AU. We're going to look for strength, strength, strength. We're coming down. We're looking for strength. No volume imbalance trade. No momentum trade today. No London hour trade today. It happens on occasion. Did I hear about the 20 pip challenge? Nope. Kind of like on TikTok. What's the 20 pip challenge? How fast can you lose 20 pips? So this situation here, right? The higher the volume, the better on a fake breakout. That's going to confirm to us. Now, it may or may not lead to a long entry, but that's the type of action that's going to confirm what we're doing here. Buying into down moves, buying into down moves, hitting stop losses on longs, and then likely timing-wise, U.S. session is the up move. Now, if that doesn't happen, we readjust. If there's nice momentum to the downside and we're not seeing strength, I can look to go short. Right? Scalp entry, 14 EMA, get in there. So that's where I am right now. Euro dollar just stuck. Every time it tries to go somewhere, it fails. Dollar index flat. The yen was very weak and trending down. Once we got into London session, it's gone sideways. So, no trade is a good trade right now. There's certainly no regrets. I am getting tired and hungry. I've been here 3 hours. You deposit $20 and use 30% risk to get 20 pips. But you're still making shit to grow your account fast. And I suppose you got to be really good at what you're... that kind of shit, I think, messes up your mentality, too. That's just having fun. That's only $20. Let's make it. Let's go. Let's do this. Yeah, that's weird. You know the guy who's doing it. Okay, hey, if somebody's doing it, cool. If they're actually doing it. Dial Effects. Probably pronounced your name wrong. Apologies. Hello. You're a big fan. Thank you. I have a question. I hope you will give me some clarification. Is that volume profile and volume indicator both same, or do they do different things? Volume profile meaning like you'd have it here in this area of your chart. Volume profile. Just to clarify, make sure that's what you're saying. And that shows you volume at prices. Yeah, it's risky. I mean, what you're talking about is like doing risky things with small amount of money. So I don't know. Whether you do well or not, it almost doesn't matter because it's such small money. But it could have its use as far as if you're able to do that consistently. Okay, maybe your risk is a little more responsible, and you can do that with a larger amount. But yeah, clarify. I think you're talking about the volume profile that you have up volume per price. I also tried that, but risk is huge. Did well 2 weeks and blow everything in 2 days. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. Slow and steady is the way. I'd rather make 30% a month and double your account every few months. So what did we get here? Did we get the high volume suggesting that we're looking to go long? We did not. And again, volume aside and background aside, if there's just simply momentum to the downside, which maybe, right, we've been sideways here, but maybe if that's the case coming, I have no problem shorting. If we're not seeing demand and we're getting lower lows, lower highs structurally here in the 5 minute, there's ways in. But we're not really getting any momentum and good structure, trend structure on most of them, right? Sideways range. Stuck. So maybe the Australian dollar, which started off the session strong, is now coming down. Weird kind of day. Started off the session strong, and now is the lone weak currency at the moment. Huh. See where that leads. But it didn't attract buyers where it could have. May do a break test short there. Okay, so to answer the question about volume profile, yes, I had it on my charts. I used to have it there. And actually right now I could tell you what that would look like. Don't pick any pair. Right here. You know what the volume profile looks like right now? Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's your volume profile. I don't even need the indicator. I can already look. Let's see. Basically, it's that, right? If you have it on your chart right now, is that what you're looking at? Now, here's the thing. Maybe this is more like that. Okay, there's your market profile, most likely. Am I right? And it's telling you volume per price, and that's initially you're gonna. That sounds great in theory. Volume at a particular price, awesome, right? Instead of just volume based on a 5 minute situation, wherever that may be, or whatever time frame. The problem is this: you can get high volume points that are very large, but that's not going to be represented there, because the thing that throws this off is the longer price spends in an area, if this thing is going to work, the longer price spends in a particular area, we spent a lot of time here today, right? The higher that's going to be. Now, does this high volume represent smart money activity here? No. But we could come down and see high volume strength right here, let's say, right? And this thing's barely going to do anything to really represent that. But that's so important that you would get high volume here. But it's going to be maybe 1 5-minute bar, right? Or a couple of minutes on a 1-minute chart, high volume. It's not going to really affect this very much. So it doesn't really tell you. You know? If anything, it tells you where price spent the most time. I don't find that useful. And I used to have it on my chart. Can I delete this now? So I have found no use for it at all. I looked into the whole market profile, market auction theory with the VWAP and the point of control. And yep, I know all that stuff. None of it's on my chart. Yep. Yeah, I know. Tidal Wave Dave. How can volume work in a decentralized market? Because volume just means amount. And in this case, we're talking about the amount of ticks. And when tick activity is high in a concentrated price area, that's the footprint, so to speak, of smart money activity. They enter in blocks in a certain price area. It jumps around. And anything that stands out is going to mark areas where large trading went on. And you have low volume in areas where that trading did not go on. And therefore, you can now use the high and low volume to spot supply-demand imbalances, especially if you know how they operate, where they're looking to buy and sell, and if they're doing so or not. So I like tick activity. I can't even apply volume or VWAP on pairs with Think or Swim. Yeah, just use TradingView and then trade on whatever platform you like. Yeah. It helps? Okay, cool. About market profile, yeah. It's a tick chart. Modified, it's ticks. Every time there's a change in price from the broker, which tend to be similar from one broker to another, so it doesn't represent traders at that broker. It represents the prices that that broker is offering, which are going to be similar. Okay, cool. So today, like using that, what I just said, right? Supply, demand, seeing the smart money, big activity. What does that tell me? Is that if you notice the high prices today don't have a lot of activity. And who does things what's the smart thing to do at high prices? Sell. Take profit. Go short. None of that's going on. And if we have a bullish environment and we're coming down and we see buying, if we haven't seen that, there's a very good chance we're making this move now. Right? That's a simple sort of idea there. High volume demand, low volume supply has been shown. If, right, we get high volume down here, which is likely to happen today. Again, if it doesn't, all right, we can't keep assuming. We have to look at what we see. In a bullish environment, this is typical. And exactly yesterday, again, with the pound, it was the buying off the low, a fake break, and there it is again, typical. If it doesn't happen, then I'll go with whatever is happening. I can go with momentum to the short side. But we haven't had any great momentum. So that's not there. This finally just broke out of this, sideways structure. And it's not seeing strength. So it is likely to get here. I don't want to chase this now. There's no reason to. I don't have high volume supply here or something telling me to go short. So again, it could be that opportunity for buyers to show up. If they don't, then I can continue. I can look for shorts. We're finally out of this range. Maybe there's a momentum going on to the downside. So there is something to be said about momentum. If volume is not saying there's any issue with that direction, then I do want to get with it. Good, helpful stuff today, I think. Anything else? I think I'll end the stream. A rare no trade day, but it happens. I am 100% happy. 1,000,000,000,000,000% happy with the fact that I did not take a trade today. I'm patting myself on the back right now. Good job, man. You're so disciplined and good. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you'll take no trade and you'll kind of feel bad, or you'll feel, or maybe you take a tiny loss. No. Good job. Unless there's a perfectly valid trade that you didn't take based on fear or some crap, but that wasn't the situation here. If the chart says get in, I get in. And we were very close today. We were very close to getting into 3 trades. And you see my patience, and you see that they did not play out. Did not play out. Losses. So I'm very happy with my performance of break even right now. Every day is a different lesson, kind of, you know. So hopefully that's helpful to you. It's okay to not take a trade. And the day's not over yet. You know what I'm saying? Join the Discord. We'll be looking. So yeah, thanks for attending, guys. It's good to have some new people in here. Maybe we're growing, maybe we're not. That's fine. Hit the like. Maybe it'll help spread the video. Subscribe. I'm here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're doing it live. We're doing it free. Enjoy. Learn. Good to have you. I like trading this way. I'm not getting paid for it. And again, thanks for being here. It makes my trading life more fun. See you guys soon. I'll be here tomorrow. And maybe I'll see you in the Discord. Have a good one, guys.